guys, there is nothing cooler than KFC. No, I'm just kidding. Although KFC is pretty good. There's nothing cooler than having 6 Bettas in all 6 cup holders. That's pretty awesome. So I'm gonna drive home, gonna have some KFC. We're gonna float them, and then they're gonna go in the tank. It's gonna be awesome. You guys are gonna see it. See you later. Hey guys, I know, just start like that, right? 10 Bettas. If you guys watched the last video, you know that it didn't go so well. We put 4 in here, it was supposed to be 5, 1 turned out to be a boy, who knew? And now we're trying it again with 10, which looks pretty awesome when you stack them in a pyramid. So, we're gonna let them acclimate. We're gonna get some footage after I put them in the tank. Then we're gonna come back in like a week or something, and we're going to talk about what's what. But for now, enjoy this cinematic whatever. See ya. Hey guys, welcome back to Skinny White Guy Talks About His Aquarium for 10 minutes. Today we are talking about the Betta sorority, the rise of the Betta sorority in recent days and the fall in really recent days. So, where to begin? You guys already saw me pick up the Bettas. They looked great. I say they looked great because, cutting to the chase, all but 1 died. And obviously the one was the dominant and just kind of stressed all the other ones out and killed them. So that's a shock. I really did not expect that. I'm gonna tell you guys, like, it happened in like a 5-day period. 10 Bettas dead. I actually filmed this Future Mat update a few days ago, and in the update I have in my notes that I was supposed to talk about how the aggression was kind of getting lower and they had sorted out the hierarchy. And now I'm filming it again because they did not sort out the hierarchy. The one killed all of them. The one that I put in most recently killed all of them, which tells you that I didn't do it right. You know, like, so I was gonna talk about how 4 of them died, because at that time 4 of them died and I thought it was just to random illnesses, but then they all started dying, and they all started dying in the same way. They would get a bloated stomach, and then they wouldn't really be able to control their pitch, you know, like they would just start leaning at weird angles, and they would just start floating and getting all lethargic. They would stop eating. So I put them all in cups, isolated them, gave them some Epsom salt, because that's supposed to help with their metabolism, but it was too late, and again, all but 1 died. So, unfortunately, in closing the Betta sorority phase of the 40-gallon, I would not recommend that you do a Betta sorority if you're as inexperienced as I am. And I'd like to think that I have a little bit of experience, you know? I don't want to be arrogant with it, but I've been trying to do this for almost a year now, and I've just been doing constant research. Like, the crazy thing is, when you start into something like a Betta sorority or a cichlid tank or something like that, you do a ton of research right away. Like, for weeks, you do research. And then you get the fish and you get it going, and it's going great, right? Because when you first get the fish in, they've not started making their territory or anything like that. And then a few weeks later, or a few months later, it all breaks down. And it's after this breakdown that you go back to the web and you start doing more research, and then you find the problem that you had not noticed before because it wasn't visible before. So that's a problem for me. I'm cursed with bad research. So if you guys want to do a beta sorority, I would say like keep a beta for like just one beta for a few months, probably a male beta, just so you can get used to the beta feel. Because I remember talking about in the last beta sorority video when I just had 4 that they get bloated really easily, and I think the bloating was due to stress. So just maybe keep a beta for a little while, male beta in like a 5-gallon or 10-gallon or something, or a community tank setup, and then try doing the beta sorority once you've got enough research. And I hope this video is helping you to understand how difficult it is to do a beta sorority. What I did is I went to my fish store and I got 10 betas and I put them all in the tank, and this is how it ended. So my recommendation for you guys is don't make it something that you do right away. Enjoy something else a little easier first. I'm not trying to say that you guys aren't ready for it, but just it's gonna make things very unenjoyable for you, as it did for me. It's a really big letdown when you're working on an aquarium, you're working on building this stable environment, and all of a sudden something crashes so hard despite you trying and giving it your best effort. I'm obviously not promoting doing a beta sorority in the way that I did, but you know, I hope that my failure leads to your success. Moving on from that awful note, we have lots more updates in the tanks. So I have a few noted down. We're not going to make this video too long because we can talk about other stuff in other videos. One update is that the plants are growing back. That's technically going to be a whole other video to itself, although it's going to be a much longer span between the introduction video and the future mat update. What do I call these things? And the future mat update video, because the plants just grow so slowly. And I think it's because of the hardness of my water that I'm not able to tell if the fertilizer is having the desired effects or not. But they are coming back. My water wisteria in this 10-gallon, I started fertilizing it. It's looking so good. I would definitely recommend using a fertilizer, just any fertilizer, because chances are your water doesn't naturally have everything. Even if you're feeding a lot of fish and they're producing a lot of carbon dioxide, there's still little things that you could be missing, like iron. So on a brighter note, that's something that's actually working for a change, and I'll let you guys know more about that when the video comes out in like a month or so, whenever it really starts working. Another update is the cichlid is now in the 10-gallon, the Apistogramma. I don't know if it was because of the beta sorority, if they introduced a disease, or if they just stressed him out, but for some reason he can't swim anymore, and it's been like this for a week or so. His colors are all fine. He doesn't seem like he's in pain. You know, there's no fungus or bacterial infection over him. But for some reason, he just sits flat on the ground, and he never swims around. I don't think he can swim around. It's like he's being tied down to the ground. So I put him in the 10-gallon because the 10-gallon has a sand bottom, and that's going to cause less abrasions, I guess, on his stomach, so it's a little softer for him. So he's been in here. There's also like no fish in the 10-gallon. I don't know if I told you guys already. I don't think I did actually, but I sold the pufferfish, so this tank's pretty much empty. I'm also selling the Corridoras. I'm gonna do something completely different with this 10-gallon. You guys know me. I'm always changing it up and experiencing new fish. Sometimes I feel like I'm forced into it, but I think this one is a good decision that I made on my own. If this Apistogramma does get better, he might just stay in here. This might just become his cichlid tank. Otherwise, I'll probably sell him, just because it might be that he's having these issues because my water is really hard, and he's technically a South American cichlid. And I know that he might have been bred in harder water in the past, but I don't know for sure. And so I'll probably sell him to someone with softer water. The Apistogramma is not the only thing that's been moved into the 10-gallon, however. I've also moved trumpet snails in here and pond snails. Now, there were already trumpet snails in here with the pufferfish. They were the only snail that could survive just because of their ability to burrow into the sand. but it's like they know that the puffers are gone and now they're breeding and now they're coming out of the sand a lot more. So kind of regretting that decision a little bit, but I think if the cichlid gets back on his feet, he'll be able to tame these snails down. But on the other hand, they look kind of cool and they help me out with the algae. But if we get to the point where they're helping out too much with the algae and the Borneo loach isn't able to get his fill, then we'll probably move him into the 40 gallon and Kitster can teach him how to eat cucumber. Last move into the 10 gallon are my ghost shrimp. Now, when I got the Betta sorority, my ghost shrimp numbers fell dramatically. That and because the plants started dying off, so there was less places for the shrimp to spawn. I actually thought I had lost all of them a month ago, but here they are. So I'm trying to get their numbers back by keeping them in here. I'm trying to grow guppy grass in here for them to breed in. There is just one male and one female, which is crazy because we used to have like 20 at one point. So that kind of concludes the update on the 10 gallon. It is kind of empty. I am planning on selling the corridoras, like I said, and hopefully the cichlid when he gets better. I'm hoping he gets better. So what do you guys think I should put in this 10 gallon? It's pretty empty. I'd like to put in something that loves the flow, loves jumping kind of through the water like a dolphin. I've looked into endlers because endlers do really well in hard water. But if you guys have any other suggestions, I would love to hear them. Now, I guess the last update is on the 40 gallon. So micro predators are literally died off in the 40 gallon. There's only one beta left. I'm probably gonna sell the beta just to make room for other things. But now that the betas have died off, the snails have come back because the snails were actually getting eaten by the puffers in a lot of instances. And it's a good thing they're coming back too, because there's been instances as well where I've lost betas and I don't know where they've gone, and the snails control the nitrates by eating them basically overnight. Like I lost a beta one morning and it was bones by the evening. So that's one more for snails. They're a really great thing to have in your aquarium. I would recommend it. I'm probably gonna make a video on it. On that note, I'm making a video on my top threes. I'm gonna start like a top threes series. So the first one that I'm gonna do is next week. I hope you guys check it out and I hope you guys like it. And that kind of does it for this video. Once again, in the summer, we have a little bit of a clean slate. So let me know what your ideas are for the 10 gallon and the 40 gallon. There's a lot of space that I wanna use up creatively, so I want your guys' suggestions. Kind of a downer video, sorry about that, but I hope you guys liked it nonetheless. And if you want to see more updates like this, more sort of cinematic stuff, and me talking to my phone, subscribe and you'll get a lot more of that. And I will see you guys next Sunday.